mean, he's stock now at the moment.
If he gets sacked from Forest, it'll be the all-time low.
It's and Albania, a day to remember for every Albanian in the world. Yeah, but I said that's not the burden.
You have to pass to me. He's still looking at it. He's still looking at it. He's still Dean and still guessing.
Malaga Stadium. Well, hello. We are back again. It's been a while.
It has been a while. Why has it been a while?
Mainly my fault. I was very ill over the last couple of weeks. So I'd like to apologise mainly to Liam. But the funny thing is, actually, this obviously, I'd like to say, first of all, this episode is mainly a football roundup.
Well, no, it just is a football roundup.
It is literally a football roundup. We've not really got anything else to really speak about at the moment.
And even in the football, it's been a national break. So,
which, by the way, I hear me live, Sir B. I'm not going to finish it because I don't want to get, you know what I mean? I don't want to get us cancelled before, or I don't want to get fined by UEFA, my mates UEFA. No, basically, the funny thing is, since the last time we recorded, our teams have took a bit of a different turn. Is that fair to say? I think
that's why we haven't actually recorded.
That's the main reason, because Liam is a little bit, he's a bit touchy at the minute. He's been in a bit of a bad mood because Liverpool have went on a little bit of a bad run before this international break. So I think Liam enjoyed the international break. Is that fair to say?
I mean, apart from the fact that I don't like international football, but I think it's come at the right time.
For Liverpool, I think it's come at the right time.
But I'm never going to say I'd enjoyed the international break.
Yeah, I think it's just it is one of them things where it does feel a bit tedious. But I think obviously the World Cup qualifying is coming to an end nearly anyway. We've still got another month to go, and then obviously in March it'll be the playoffs. But so the first topic of the episode,
I mean, let's just start because I mean we were mentioned it a few times before.
Yeah.
Before it happened about Russell Martin.
Yeah, we were talking about it.
How poor it was. Even with Celtic, Celtic is still pretty poor. Even though the second by 2 points, I think, is the difference between them and Hearts.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
But Rangers have sacked Russell Martin.
Eventually.
Which is very late news.
Eventually sacked Russell Martin. We are quite late to the party.
I think we were the last ones to report.
Probably, yeah. But, we are the last ones. But
they had talks with Steven Gerrard.
Yep.
Apparently that broken down, but apparently they were still confident that one day he would return.
I think.
But they've also talked with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, which has been interesting. Solskjaer's a bit of a weird one. I think he would actually do all right at Rangers for a period of time. I think it was when it falls off. I think it will fall off.
Yeah.
Which seems to be the case with Rangers under any manager, by the way.
Yeah,
apart from Gerrard when he walked.
But Gerrard left to go to Aston Villa at the time. Obviously, Steven Gerrard did win. He did have a good amount of success there. He won, obviously, the first league title for many years.
I think if he went into this job right now, I don't think he would do a good job.
I think Gerrard has probably done the right thing by rejecting it, to be honest.
Because
he's looked at the team and thought,
what can I actually do with that?
The thing is for Rangers...
They spent a bit of money as well.
Yeah. The thing is for Rangers as well is that, until January, obviously you can't get in any new players, and a lot of them players would have been sort of Russell Martin's ideal players. The thing is, with them as well is that, I mean, for a club the size of Rangers, okay, they went out in the Champions League qualifying. They didn't make it to the Champions League, which obviously is a bit disappointing for them. But they were in the Europa League. I think the most disappointing thing for all Rangers fans is that they've only won once in the league. And Russell Martin he had, I think, one win, and that was, I think, away at Livingston last minute, I think.
Yeah.
And it was so poor throughout, from the start to the finish. It seemed like, there was even fans that wanted him out after the first game. So it's actually quite impressive that he lasted as long as he did, considering the fans were pretty unanimous.
Did you see the thing about the Rangers fans hating him because he's vegan?
Well, I mean, that as well, but... with Russell Martin, I just think there's certain managers these days that they try and play a certain style, and it did, like, if you want to analyze his career so far, he went MK Dons, flopped there, to be honest. Swansea, the idea for him to go to Swansea would have been to take them back into the Premier League. They were in mid-table championship, and considering the year before they were in the playoff final. At Southampton, I know he got them in the Premier League, but he had one of the biggest budgets in Championship history. He had arguably one of the best squads in Championship history, and just about got through in the end in the playoffs. And then what happened in the Premier League was,
I mean, he just played it. The thing is with Rangers, when they looked at that,
Yeah,
they just seen him play
total
a style of football
Yeah,
rather than actually look at the results.
yeah.
Which
Which I mean, they had
that's
some
the
they had
team was.
some shockers.
And then, but anyway, so it seems that Gerrard's pulled out,
Yes,
but
he has,
he's also come back into it
Yeah,
after. I think the odds were like 1-1 for him to actually return still.
yeah.
But they are actually close to announcing Kevin Muscat.
That's interesting.
Which is interesting. He's currently at Shanghai Port, which, when Sattler got Ange, he was over in Asia.
He was in, that's correct.
So
and he did very well there.
And he brought, the likes of that Jota, remember him, who obviously went to Saudi. I think he went back, but I think he tore his ACL or something.
Yeah, he has had a bad injury. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of weird. Scottish football at the moment is in a very weird predicament. I mean, for Rangers, they are, like, as we said before, Rangers aren't even in the top three. They're eighth at the minute, which I think it's it's an 11-team league, 12-league team?
12.
12 league team.
But their league splits off into two.
Splits off into two, yeah.
Then have like a relegation sort of dogfight.
I mean, for a club like the size of Rangers, to be in a relegation fight is unbelievable, considering they're spending more as well.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never forget, they were, 3 years ago, they were, a penalty kick away from winning the Europa League, which would have been massive for them.
But bear in mind, that Aaron Ramsey move was seen as the biggest thing in Scottish football since Paul Gascoigne was there. And he was terrible. He cost so much money.
He missed the decisive penalty for them as well. And, I mean, since then, it's just been, they've had Van Bronckhorst, they've had Michael Beale.
Phillips Capon.
They've had, and... they've had Barry Ferguson, who they didn't decide to keep on in the end. Russell Martin, and then now, well, from what you say, that Kevin Muscat might be the new manager. It's a bit of a merry-go-round, and maybe I think at that club it might be time for the owners to move on.
Yeah, I mean the thing with Kevin Muscat as well is that he has played at Rangers before.
Yeah, so there's
a bit of history there between the two. I mean, he only played 22 times in 2003, but he did win some silverware, to be fair to him.
Okay.
But I mean, have you ever seen? We haven't seen in so long where Celtic and Rangers both haven't won a league in the season. Yeah. I mean, the last team to ever win a league other than Celtic and Rangers in the Scottish football
was Aberdeen.
Was Sellers Ferguson Aberdeen, which shows how long ago that was.
Yeah, the
considering he's been retired from management for
12 years.
Yeah,
and obviously he went to Man United in the late
80s.
And Scottish football. I don't know. Like, I get. The Scottish fans love their football and they sort of, they really care about the league and stuff. But
Hearts
when they try and compare it to other leagues in England, it just doesn't.
If Hearts actually win it, I think that would be
fantastic.
Fresher breath air.
It would be absolutely fantastic. Breath of fresh air and
a breath of fresh air. I mean,
I think that would be great for the Scottish league. I think it's a bit like the Bundesliga at the moment. Maybe people are going to lose interest in it again because it feels like Bayern is sort of better than everyone else. But that season that Bayer Leverkusen won the league, and then a couple of seasons where Dortmund were winning the league, you kind of felt like it was a league that you would actually love to watch.
Yeah, then Bayern just buy the players.
Buy the players, that's the problem, yeah. And for me, Bayern Munich are a big club. It's not like the Rangers are big clubs in their own right, but I feel like with them type of leagues, you just can't take them as seriously because when you pretty much know before the season starts who's going to win it. Like the Premier League, okay, maybe it's been Man City for the last few years. Liverpool have had their own couple.
The thing is with Scottish football is
I always feel like you can argue and be like obviously you're a Liverpool fan, I'm an Arsenal fan. We both will debate probably week in week out of who will win the league this season. You don't have that in Scotland. You don't have that in places like Germany, and you know what I mean. It's just.
I think the thing is with Scottish football as well. Is that after Heysel, when English teams are banned from Europe, it missed the trick to try and cement its place down.
No, that's true.
As sort of a proper competitor at the Premier League.
Yeah.
Because at the time, they really should have went for it in terms of trying to.
I mean, then as well, when you make that point, the Premier League wasn't formed then either.
Yeah, that's very true.
It was a good few years after Heysel, so it did at the time. You can argue it cost certain English clubs like Ipswich and Everton even. It was obviously a bad time for football, but no, you're right. I think that probably as you say, I think the Scottish League probably missed a trick. But speaking of which, you just mentioned Ange before. obviously, rumours this week is that potentially Marinakis might sack Ange Postecoglou and apparently hire Sean Dyche. What are your thoughts? And how long do you think Ange has left? Do you think Ange is one of the next sort of on the chopping?
I think he's on. I think he's near the top of getting sacked.
Would you say where would you? Do you think he's how many games would do you realistically think he's probably got? I think he's got till the November international break personally.
Probably, well, you know what it is. We said Nuno had time. He didn't. So I'm saying he doesn't have time. But I will say is how can you go from Nuno to Ange, who play complete opposite football,
and not even have
Nuno's such a defensive manager.
Yeah.
Who gets the likes of Chris Wood firing goals because he's a target man. He likes a target man.
Yeah.
Ange Postecoglou was the complete opposite of that. No defending, just like fluid football.
Very gung-ho.
And it's just like, why? I get the fact that he had sort of Greek heritage and stuff, and obviously Marinakis is Greece, but it's Greek. But it made no sense at the time, and it's proven to be right now that it's still made no sense.
Probably the wrong decision.
Sean Dyche getting linked probably will balance him out. I mean, him playing European football would be weird as well. It's
unbelievable considering he got sacked from Everton this year. Right?
But he's had a good career at Forest before, obviously he went to Watford and stuff like that. So I mean, he knows the club essentially, and I don't think he'll be the long-term solution.
No.
But he'd probably be enough for them to stay up, you'd imagine.
Yeah, you would imagine. I mean, the thing is, in Nottingham Forest, you just don't know if... The thing is, with Marinakis is not the type of owner that would let it go on.
No. He'll throw the money at it. Sean Dyche probably get the season.
Yeah.
And then he probably gets sacked in the season, depending. Well, I don't think depending. I think he'll just get sacked anyway, even if unless he does something absolutely remarkable, like go and wins the Europa League or something.
Yeah. Or, maybe has a word in the cup.
But I don't think he would do that. So I think you'll probably just get him in as a sort of who's a like football.
Try to make sure they don't get relegated probably would be the main thing. Which, by the way, is absolutely mental. I mean, Nottingham Forest, as they finished 7th last season.
Yeah.
We're within, a point or two of actually being in the Champions League. They were 3rd for the majority of the season.
Yeah.
And, you're probably thinking, right, let's build on it. And, I mean, they sacked the manager within 3 games. There's a fallout there, obviously, that's happening.
I've seen Palace fans say a lot of stuff saying, well, you're getting, obviously, they lost the game in the Europe, both games against
Betis. They drew 2-2.
Yeah, so, well, they were what, did they go 1-0 up and then?
They were 2-1 up.
Yeah. So, they were saying, like, Palace, I've seen Palace fans pipe up and say, well, they're not getting the results in the Europa League because they're not Europa League side, because they should have been the Europa League side.
Yeah, I think that would have obviously, Crystal Palace fans obviously have shared their disdain for UEFA and for Marinakis. It's interesting to see. I think Nottingham Forest, they punched well above their weight last season, and maybe this season could be a bit of that sort of, maybe
like a reality check.
Yeah, I potentially think so. I think it may have been under Nuno anyway, but I think Nuno would have still probably had them around maybe the top 12.
Yeah, I think
with Ange, you just don't know. I mean, Ange, people can say whatever they want, right? But the point being is that Spurs should not be finishing 17th. As much as I absolutely despise Spurs, they should not be finishing 17th.
He would have got sacked way earlier in Spurs if they went in the Europa League.
Absolutely, and the thing is with Spurs as well, they actually spent more money than even Arsenal did.
Yeah,
I think they spent more money than Liverpool did. And, like even teams like sort of Newcastle as well. And them 3 teams that I mentioned finished in the top 5 last season.
Yeah.
Liverpool won the league and Arsenal finished 2nd. So, and they spent less than Tottenham did, and Tottenham finished 17th. Albeit they won the Europa League, but 17th for a club like Tottenham Hotspur is just absolutely not acceptable. And that's why he's been sacked from Spurs. Because if it was just based off trophies, he would have stayed. But Spurs realised.
They know, then, to be fair, they got a better manager than Thomas Frank anyway.
Probably, yeah. In terms of a Premier League type manager, I think they did. And with Ange, I mean, he's stuck now at the moment.
If you get sacked from Forest, it'll be all-time low.
It's very low.
You'd have to go somewhere to rebuild it. Maybe like Celtic. If the
you could argue, maybe a return to Celtic if Rodgers was to get sacked. But I think for Ange Postecoglou, I think it is. You need to start picking up results fast, and I think they have a. It's a bit of a difficult game they've got this weekend as well. Which we will obviously preview later on. I would just like to confirm the time that we're actually recording this, by the way. This is very late at night. So
We're sat here,
I'd like
we're
to
sat here at 1:45 in the morning.
quarter to 1 in the morning.
Harry Hornet videos.
So I would just like to, I would like you guys now, whilst you're watching
To
this,
like and subscribe.
to genuinely like and subscribe, because the commitment that we're doing, right? We have been off for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, you can't say commitment and then just say we've been off for 4 weeks.
We are recording this very late at night. I should be in bed.
Right.
Moving on.
We're going to talk about,
Qualifiers.
Yeah, so England have qualified.
Yep.
Moving on.
Who cares? Moving on.
And
And Albania, a day to remember for every Albanian in the world to do a shumë. Gjithë shqiptarë që janë botë, gjithë shqiptarë që jetë shef këtë video, don shumë. I would say another certain remark that we say to Serbian people, but I do not want to get us cancelled. So I'll just say, Ayemi live. Yeah, Albania are fantastic.
Apologies to anyone that wears headsets.
Basically, Albania, as I say, it was a massive day for Albania, or a night even. We went to Serbia and won 1-0, which has now given us a really good chance of securing a playoff spot to potentially get into our first ever World Cup.
Yeah. Well done.
Thank you.
Are you going? We've talked about this. We should go.
To Albania, England?
We should go to that game. We should go.
That would be a bit difficult to get to, because
the sports scene on tour in US, Mexico and Canada.
It could happen. If Albania qualify, I will aim to get there.
I'll be there as moral support.
Moral support. Since he's Scouse, not English, so you should cut that out.
Yeah, it was a bit cringe. Marlind, what would it mean for Albania to go to the World Cup?
It would be unbelievable for all Albanians. I mean, we've now qualified. We did obviously qualify for our second Euros in 2024, but to get to a World Cup, I mean, for all Albanians, it just would be absolutely crazy. And like, as an Albanian fan, qualifying for one tournament, I was happy with. But now that to just be a regular in tournaments would just be nice. Like, to not have to sort of just be like, oh, I'm watching other teams. Like, to actually watch Albania, it's just a different experience compared to watching England. As much as I love England and I really want them to win the World Cup, to watch Albania in the World Cup would just be... It's hard to describe. It's hard to describe. So I just hope that we can, in November, secure our place in the playoffs and then hopefully get a bit of luck in March. So yeah, but it's still not done though, because Serbia can still finish in second. England, we need a favour from England, and we need to beat Andorra away. But nothing's ever easy with Albania. So
yeah. So in the podcast, we've always done Premier League predictions.
Yes.
Usually we review the Premier League predictions of the past, but
yep. We have not had
since it was so long ago. It's quite irrelevant.
Yeah.
So there's no point. I'm still 1-0. I think it was a draw anyway. If I remember, I believe so. Yeah. I think it was close. I might have won the second week. I think it was close, but it's still 1-0 to me because you were off sick for 2 weeks. So it doesn't count. It's null and void.
Okay.
So it's still 1-0. We'll just do our predictions for this week, and then we'll react to them next week.
Yeah,
I have them.
No worries.
So Premier League predictions.
Yes.
Early kickoff tomorrow. Well, today. No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Get confused there.
We are into Friday. Can we just say?
Yeah.
So yeah.
It's Friday at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
1 o'clock in the morning. This is commitment, right? We are very sorry the fact that we haven't been here for 2 weeks, but this is commitment to the cause.
So Forest Chelsea, 12:30,
and under big pressure, and Chelsea obviously coming off the back of their big win against Liverpool.
When they won the league.
Liam Rafferty was not triggered at all by Liverpool's last-minute loss to Chelsea, which actually meant that Arsenal went top of the league for the first time since April 2024. But sorry, yeah. I
said we wouldn't pick up any points that week, to be fair.
I remember we did speak about that, to be fair.
I said it'd be a long week anyway. We'd never seen the get results against Palace.
Yep.
Under Glasner anyway.
Galatasaray one, I think maybe.
Galatasaray was always going to be a difficult one.
Yeah.
And I said we'd never win at Chelsea, so I said that was like...
Yeah. Obviously, it was quite a bad week for Liverpool, to be fair. Obviously, they started the season really well.
It's okay because we're going to beat Man United.
Had a bit of a blip, should we say? Is it? This is the question I've got actually. Is this a blip? Do you think, or
I think this is a kick up the arse.
Okay, that's interesting.
This is a reality check of we need to get our game together.
Because obviously, we did obviously talk in previous episodes about how good we felt as if the transfer window was for you. Is it maybe a thing of that the signings need to, bed into the team and sort of, I mean, you can argue as well. Salah's not at his best at the minute. Do you think it's very early to say? Of course, I mean we are still only in October. The league's not lost or won in October, but we look at Mo Salah this season. Do you think it's maybe he's on the, the edge? Maybe he's not as maybe he's not as prolific, or do you still expect big things from Mo Salah this season?
I think he will still score goals.
Okay,
and I think that's what Mo Salah's done for the last 8 seasons. I think this attack's very new, and it didn't help Isak that he didn't get time to just build his confidence.
Pre-season.
Not just that, but with Ekatiti getting sent off against Southampton, and then he got injured before the Galatasaray away game.
Yep.
So I think Isak was kind of thrown into them games without the fitness and without the sort of gel. I know he's still a £100-odd million player, and there's a lot of expectation on it.
There is
to hit the ground running. Because obviously he's been in the Premier League for 3 seasons now with Newcastle. Yep. Well, before with Newcastle, sorry, Newcastle fans, because still haven't got over that, have they? Yeah, I think we'll come back this week, and we'll get on in a minute because we're still talking about Forest and Chelsea.
So we were talking about Forest and Chelsea. And Ange is under a lot of pressure. And, the problem with Chelsea is, though...
It's at the City ground.
It is, though, yes. And, I mean, to be fair, Forest will probably be looking to get a bit of revenge on Chelsea because the last game of the season last year, Chelsea's win against Forest made sure Chelsea got the top 5 and Forest dropped out of...
Another big thing as well is that Maresca's currently serving as touchline ban.
Yes, as well.
So, realistically, both teams have no managers.
Basically.
So
the problem with Chelsea is I feel as if they're very inconsistent. They can perform to a certain level that they did against, Liverpool, but against, other sides this season, I think Brentford away they were quite poor, in my opinion. And I don't know, with this one, I think it's going to be a bit. I think Forest are going to pick something up. To be honest, I think it's going to be a 1-1 draw.
I was actually going to go for a 1-1 draw as well.
Yeah, I'm going for a 1-1 draw. I think. I think he's going to get something, and I think it just keeps him maybe, because the Chelsea game is not maybe a game they would expect to win, so it doesn't.
Yeah.
It keeps a bit of pressure off him, and then obviously they'll have a big Europa League game. They'll probably need to win.
So moving on to the 3 o'clock kickoffs, there's 5 kickoffs. 5 games at the 3 o'clock kickoffs. Yep. The first one being the first one just. In order in this.
Yep.
Sun and Wolves.
Interested?
At the SEMA Lights.
6-pointer, you can say.
Sunderland off the back off for defeat at Old Trafford.
Yes.
Against Manchester United, obviously.
They played well, to be honest, in that game, though. I don't think they did themselves.
It was just the fact that I think it was just Man United were desperate to win that, and I think they saw that as we should be winning this.
Yeah, I think Man U played well as well in that game, fairly well, especially in the first half.
But I know Sunderland currently have a few injuries off the international break.
They do, yeah. I mean, it's easier said than done.
So I think Sunderland probably will win.
Okay, interesting. I mean, Wolves are still looking for their first win of the season. Obviously, they were, they had 2 big opportunities to win.
You backing Wolves
in the last games against Spurs and Brighton. I'm not going to back Wolves though. I do think for them. I think the run goes on. The Barron run goes on, and I actually think Sunderland will win 2-1.
I'm actually going to go for a 1-0.
A 1-0. That's okay. That's fair. I think Wilson Isidore has been in fantastic form.
I think he'll score.
He scored in
the 2
home games this season.
3, sorry.
So for
he was at West Ham, Villa, and
Brentford.
Brentford, yes.
So yeah, I think Sunderland are going to nick a 2-1 win. To be honest with you. Yeah.
Next up, Burnley versus Leeds at Turf Moor.
Yep.
Both teams very inconsistent. Burnley are quite decent at home. Obviously, they did lose to Liverpool
last minute. But I thought they defended really well in that game resolutely. They beat Sunderland and they drew with Forest.
So I'm actually going to back Burnley on this.
Oh, that's interesting.
I'm going to say Burnley. I want to say Burnley 2-1.
I mean, for Burnley, obviously, my boy Armando Broja. My boy Armando Broja plays for Burnley, hoping that he can get his first league goal if he starts. I think the problem with both of these sides this season is that they just don't seem to have an out-and-out goal scorer at the moment. And I think Leeds, you can argue, in the last couple of games have let some points slip away that they probably shouldn't have. I think they should have held on against Bournemouth, and they lost against Fulham in the last minute as well. This game, however, I think I'm going to say 1-1, to be honest. I think it's
close.
It's a close game. I think because both teams are quite good defensively, I think they might just shut each other out. I can imagine a 1-1, to be honest. So I think I'm going to go with a 1-1.
Okay. Next up, Palace versus Bournemouth. Palace at Selhurst Park.
Very interesting game because both teams have been flying this season.
I'm actually going to go for a draw.
Okay.
And I'd say a 2-2 draw.
Palace, obviously, they were the longest. They had the longest unbeaten run in the league this season.
Yeah.
Lost in the last minute to Everton. Ironically, the week before they won in the last minute against Liverpool.
Everton finally broke the curse. Well, not broke the curse, broke that record.
Broke their record, yeah. So that means that Arsenal are the only club in Premier League history to still stay undefeated during a season. Ooh. 49-49.
Where's your Champions League?
I mean, yeah, he's been fantastic, to be honest, and he's been linked already.
Semenyo.
Yeah. Semenyo's been linked with Liverpool, with Arsenal,
which I think will go down well with that one fan.
Yeah. By the way, we do not condone.
Absolutely not.
Can we just absolutely make sure we do not condone anything that was said to Antoine Semenyo in the first game of the season against that was Liverpool against Bournemouth. This game, I don't know. I think Palace might get back to winning ways. I think I'm gonna go for a 2-1 Crystal Palace win.
Okay.
I think they're very good at Selhurst, and I think they would have been very disappointed to have lost the way they did to Everton. And I think they will get back to winning ways, even though I think it won't be easy because I think Bournemouth are doing really well as well.
All right. Next up, we have Brighton versus Newcastle at the Amex.
At the Amex.
Newcastle's record at the Amex is a bit
very dodgy.
Terrible.
Very dodgy. And actually last season as well, in the 3 games that Newcastle played against Brighton, they didn't win a single one. They lost.
The season before that was the Evan Ferguson hat-trick, wasn't it?
Yes.
At the Amex.
Was, yeah.
So I
think Newcastle haven't beaten Brighton since, I think, 2023, which was, I think, the end of the 22-23 season where I think they beat them 4-1. So I think actually Brighton are unbeaten in the last 2 seasons against Newcastle.
You could also say that Newcastle drew a result against Brighton.
Possibly.
But I don't think they will. I think Brighton will. Do I think they'll beat them? I don't know.
The thing is about Newcastle this season is very strange. They seem to actually be improving away from home.
I'm actually going to go.
The fact that they're not really, they don't concede goals away from
home. I'm gonna say it's a 1-1 draw.
I'm going to go for a Desmond. I'm going to go for a 2-2. Brighton score goals, but I think they don't keep them out either. And I think that, I don't think Newcastle will lose, to be honest. But I'm going to go for a 2-2. I think Newcastle will do enough to get a point, but I just don't know if they'll win. I can't see them winning, even though obviously they did end the international, they did pull the international break. They had a good 2-0 win for them against Forest.
Next up, it's not the club. The 2 clubs that we're going to talk about, but it is a Manchester club versus a Merseyside club. Manchester City versus Everton.
Interesting. Manchester City at home, yeah?
Obviously, yeah, because we're on the field. But
Everton have been alright this year, I think. They've been quite good, but the thing is with Man City, it just feels as if Erling Haaland
he's on one. He's just in one of them moods this season.
And to be honest, I think people are probably starting to talk about City again as a title contender. I mean, the question I've got for you, Liam, is do you consider Man City a title threat at the moment?
I think, yeah, I do. Because I think
it's just weird. Like
Man City still aren't that good defensively, but obviously, like we mentioned, Haaland is still carrying them.
Yep.
And I still think, I know Rodri's is he just went half injured, isn't he? So
he did. I don't know if he'll be back
yeah,
for Saturday's game against Everton.
but
To be honest.
I still think they have enough players in that side to compete. I don't know if they'll go and win the league, but I think they'll be competing for
I think
sure.
they'll be thereabouts. I think
Donnarumma's still a very, very good goalkeeper, and
World-class
Haaland's still a
keeper,
very,
yeah.
very good striker. And I think as long as them two are fit, I still think they'll be in the mix. And
Probably.
I think as long as Guardiola's still there, Guardiola for me is still the best manager in the world.
Yeah, that's fair.
So
I hate to admit it.
So I still think they'll be up there alongside obviously Liverpool and Arsenal.
Yeah.
I think those the three teams, that will be competing this season. I don't know when sort of teams will fall off or if one team runs
teams
away.
continue, you never know.
Obviously, like I mentioned before, Liverpool is on this bad run, but
you need to get back to winning ways.
City have dropped points. Hughes have dropped points so far.
Yeah.
We're all dropping points. So it's a title race that we deserve, I think.
Yeah, I think it did happen
deserves.
In 2023-2024 season where all three teams are sort of going at least until April, and then Liverpool maybe slipped away at the end. I think if this season, if we could see all three of them going at it until your Aprils and Mays, that would be. It's great for the league, and I mean the three best teams in the Premier League by far are Arsenal, Liverpool, and Man City. Rank them in whatever order you want to rank them in, that's fine. But the point being is that I think these three teams are not only the best in the Premier League, probably the best, some of the best in Europe.
So I'm going to go for in this game. I'm going to go for Man City win. I think they'll go back the winning ways. Well, not back the winning ways. I think they'll continue. And I think they'll beat Everton 3-1.
I'm actually going to copy Liam again, and I'm going to say 3-1 Man City. I think that I do think Everton will score because I think they've got goals in them. I think the problem for Everton is that obviously Jack Grealish can't play.
It's a big miss.
A bit of a revelation for them this season. So I just do think City will win this 3-1, to be fair, because the one thing that City seem to be doing this season is scoring goals. A lot of them through the main man, but still.
Moving on to the last game on the Saturday, Fulham versus Arsenal. At Craven Cottage.
Dodgy for us, but we are top of the league. So obviously for us, I mean, I think it's a fact. I think if you're in a title race, you probably always want to play first. I've
got a question for you.
Okay.
What's your record like at Craven Cottage? I remember you've got some wins there through
the years. Last two seasons we haven't won.
Really?
We lost and we drew.
I always remember the Williani game where you scored against them.
Yeah, that was in COVID.
Yeah. I don't know why I remember that, but
it was the only good game he played for us. We beat them in the 22-23 season.
Okay.
3-0 in the first half. But since then, we've really struggled against them. We've won 1 out of 4 against Fulham. So
Fulham seem to do quite well against the big six of Craven Cottage.
Especially Craven Cottage, they do.
I'm actually going to say this just out of sheer hope.
Okay.
I'm actually going to say, I want to say this will be a draw.
Okay, that's interesting.
And I don't think it's going to be a high scoring one. So I'm actually going to say it's a 0-0.
0-0, that's interesting. I do think Fulham will set up to defend.
Yeah,
the game. Last season's game was, Fulham literally had one chance. I remember the entire game just being played in the Fulham half, basically. And we couldn't break them down in the end. I think we do have Ødegaard again missing, which is very frustrating. But I think now the fixtures for us get a bit easier, arguably. I think the first 6 games we've had were extremely tough. Anfield away, St James's Park, away. I think the first, arguably at this stage of the season for Arsenal, I think the fixtures are a little bit, I put in quotations, a little bit easier. Obviously we went to Liverpool away, Newcastle away, Man United away, we've got them done. And, these are the sort of games that we should be winning, but, you just never know what can happen. Fulham are a dodgy team. They have been a bit of a bogey side for us in the last couple of years, but it is a big issue with Ødegaard missing for 6 weeks. And I don't know. I think the one thing I just do hope he plays Eze. Like, no more of that dropping Eze to the bench. You know what I mean? Please play a very itchy Eze. I think Eze is a fantastic player, and I think there is more to come from him. Obviously, Victor Gyökeres in the minute still sort of struggling a little bit in terms of to get a goal. I think he's playing all right, but Yeah, I'm going on a tangent anyway. I think we're going to win 2-1. Actually, no, I'm going to be confident. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win. I think we're not conceding any goals at the minute, and I just can't imagine Fulham scoring. I think we're going to win 2-0. So yeah,
Okay,
and go 4 points clear, which is massive for us because it puts the pressure on Liverpool, who are already under a bit of pressure anyway. Because that game against Man U, we'll talk about it anyway.
Okay, moving on to Sunday's fixtures.
Yes.
The first one, your North London neighbours, Tottenham versus they host Aston Villa.
Interesting game.
At Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Aston Villa picked up a bit of form, I think, before the international break.
Yeah, Tottenham a bit inconsistent. I think they've shown how good they can be on Thomas Frank, but at times they've shown how bad they can be as well, which is still Spursy. Spurs.
Very Spursy.
So I think they'll beat Villa.
They actually, Spurs' record against Villa at the moment is quite good, but I just have a feeling that Emery might nick a point, to be honest. I'm going to go with a Desmond. I'm going to go 2-2. I feel as if, I think Villa might get something. I think Villa, they will pick up. I'll be quite surprised if they don't pick up results now, to be honest. I think that they started the season a bit rough. Obviously, they weren't investing that much. And I think now that after that win against Fulham has given them a bit of confidence, and they've been quite good since then, I think. So I will go for a 2-2.
So the big game, well, for me anyway, the weekend.
Big game.
Liverpool versus Manchester United at Anfield. Liverpool have not beaten Manchester United at Anfield since a 7-0. In the last two seasons, it's been a 0-0 and then a 2-2.
Yep. And I mean, both managers are under pressure, really, for different reasons. Obviously, Amorim more,
for getting sacked. I don't think
Slot is more under pressure in terms of needing to prove that Liverpool are still the same side that they were last season, and that they can still go and push for the league.
I think Arne Slot,
they're under pressure for different reasons. Can I make that very clear? I don't think Arne Slot would get sacked by Liverpool.
There's a few things I'm worried about. No Alisson. No Konate, which I don't know if that's a necessarily a bad thing because the form has been on. But when the only other fit centre back we have is Joe Gomez, is a bit concerning. The lack of centre backs there. Obviously, hindsight's a great thing. Obviously, with you only getting injured for a year, they weren't expecting that.
Yeah, of course.
But so it's going to be I think the lineup will be Mamadashvili. I think he'll play Frimpong. I think it'll be Gomez, obviously Van Dijk, Kyrgyz.
Yeah.
And then I think the midfield will be.
That'll be interesting.
I think McAllister's out injured. If I'm right, I think he is. Okay. So I think it'll be Curtis Jones, Gravenberch. You want to play Curtis Jones in that type of a game. You'll understand it. It's a derby. It's the biggest game in English football. Szoboszlai obviously will play for me. I think he'll drop Wirtz.
I think Szoboszlai's probably been your best player so far this season.
Yeah, he has. Him and Gravenberch. I mean Gravenberch actually.
Yeah.
And then I think the front three will be Ekatike, Isak, and Salah.
I mean, the big thing as well is that obviously, the two big sort of, you can argue it's a bit of a head-to-head, Isak against Sesko, the two big money signings.
Sesko.
No, that's the truth. Isak was a big money signing for years. Sesko was the big money signing for Man U. He has scored in his last two games. Isak yet to score.
This is the perfect opportunity to really...
It is, to be honest. The thing is with Man U is you just never know what you're going to get. And a bit like Chelsea, where you just feel as if you just don't know. The only thing I will say is that Man U's record against you lately hasn't been as bad.
Yeah.
They seem to turn up against you. I think that's, more often than not, lately since the 7-0. I think there was only one game where they probably haven't really... I think you beat them 3-0.
Yeah, at Old Trafford last season.
Yeah. But ironically, the game at Anfield in January was probably the best performance we've seen from a Ruben Amorim team since he's been at Man United.
No, I think Man City.
That's fair. I think that obviously I remember looking at a lot of Man U fans at the time, and they were sort of really
because of course they are. They haven't beaten us at Anfield
positive after that 2-2
2015. So of course they're gonna still hold on to that famous 2-2 draw.
Yeah, I mean, as an Arsenal fan, Liverpool are a direct title rival, so I do want them to drop points, but I actually don't think they will. I think it'll be a tight game, though.
I think it'll be tight as well.
I think Man U will not make it pretty. I think they're going to really try and, I think Amorim's going to try and play for a draw, just to not. I think he wants to keep that sort of. He'll try and get a bit of an unbeaten run going, and
that's fair.
The main thing, to be honest, with Man U is that in the bigger games, they seem to be playing okay. They played quite well against Arsenal. They beat Chelsea. Man City, they were very poor, but granted, they seem to play well, especially in their armoury at the moment.
When there's no pressure
in the bigger games. When there's no pressure, when there's maybe not as much expectation.
Yeah.
But I do think certain Man U fans will look at Liverpool's recent form and think, they're there to be got. Let's try and get them. Will I think do that? Who knows?
But I think at the same time, this is a perfect game at home. If it was at Old Trafford, it's a bit of a iffy one. But
I think the thing is for Liverpool,
back at home, I think we'll beat them. I think it'll be 2-1.
I agree, and with that as well, I actually think Alexander Isak will probably get his first Anfield. Not just Anfield. I think he will get his first Premier League.
I think he'll bag too.
That's interesting. Obviously, it's a big game. I mean, as I said before, Liverpool Man U is the biggest game in English football, so it's a lot riding on it for both sides.
Sorry to cut you off there. But also, Alexander Isak does love a goal against Manchester United.
Yeah, he has got a good record against them as well. So that is, it's going to be interesting to see how they try and deal with him. You've got Ekitike there as well. I mean, let's not forget him. He's probably the only one who's really been sort of the consistent scorer for Liverpool so far, though. But it's interesting to see. Arne Slot has a lot of options in attack. Does he try and give Wirtz a chance? Wirtz hasn't. At the minute he's not.
Yeah,
really hitting.
I can't see him dropping Szoboszlai, and I can't see him playing Wirtz on the left.
Okay.
Just because of what happened the last time he played on the left.
Yeah.
So I don't think. I think he'll drop Gakpo.
Okay.
And I think Gakpo's performance against Chelsea, obviously he did score, but I think his overall game was pretty poor.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
I think he'll drop, and I think he'll bring Ekitike on the left.
It's going to be I don't know. It's just I feel like with them type of with Liverpool Man U, especially at Anfield lately. Anyway, it feels like. But I thought the 2-2 was a classic. To be honest, I will say that. I just feel like you never know with Liverpool Man U games, especially because it could be an absolutely entertaining game, end to end.
Or it could be like the dullest thing.
Or it could be the dullest thing ever. I mean, I remember that 0-0 where it was just sort of only Liverpool who were really trying to win the game.
I really want the punch on the face.
It was probably one of the only good games for Man U.
I was in the Cup.
Yeah, you were, yeah.
In that game. And I remember him saying as well after the game, saying, Anfield's not an intimidating place to go to and stuff.
You're not going to the game?
Unfortunately, I'm not, no.
Okay. So
I'm trying to get tickets for the Palace Cup game and then the Villa
You'll be watching at home this weekend. Yeah, we've agreed on a lot of the scorelines.
No, well, we've got one more.
We do have one more game.
A bit of a London derby.
It's a big game for both sides.
West Ham versus Brentford at the London Stadium.
Nuno Espirito Santo's first home game.
I actually think West Ham will win.
I think West Ham will win 3-1.
And the last time I backed West Ham, it didn't go too well. So,
which was?
A few weeks ago, you've been off sick for 2 weeks, so can't remember. So I think West Ham, I think Bournemouth will score.
Okay.
I think it'll be a 1. What? I was going to say 1-0. I don't think it will be.
Right.
I can see Brentford scoring. I'm going to say 2-1.
I'm going to go 3-1. I think the way Brentford play, I don't know. Brentford away from home have been really poor, and I think West Ham will look to try and, I think the new manager bounce.
Yeah.
I think Nuno, I think he's going to do a good job at West Ham. I think he's going to do a decent job. I think he's going to stabilise them.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
No, I agree.
It seems like they've been, a bit. Last 2 seasons have been sort of very.
They needed someone like Nuno.
Yeah, I think
this is the perfect time to go on.
It's the third manager in a year and a half, which for them, they're not really settled. So I think Nuno will settle things down.
Yeah,
I believe so anyway. And I think he will get his first win as West Ham boss.
Okay.
I think they're going to win 3-1 against Brentford.
So we've agreed on a lot of things there.
A lot of the scorelines we've agreed on this week, to be honest. So we could either get them completely right or absolutely wrong. So this is another part of the podcast that we
just want to do trivia and
we're doing trivia, yeah, and we've got a mini quiz basically.
So it's a
So would
test
you like
our
to tell
knowledge
the
on
viewers then?
stadiums. So basically, it's a quiz on it's 10 stadiums.
Yeah.
We've got to try and guess. Obviously, I think there should be a forfeit.
Oh God, here we go.
So I think there should be like a weekly thing, and the week
Okay,
after
cool.
is a forfeit. So the forfeit is going to
We've
be
decided after a long
discussion.
yeah.
There's going to be like different forfeits each week.
We're going to try and mix it up.
The
By the
first
way,
one is the Ice Bucket Challenge.
yes. I do want to say this as well. We don't mind if anyone wants to suggest a forfeit in the comments.
Yeah.
Because you know what I mean. We can't think of one every single week. So as long as they're not too extreme or get us put in prison,
Yeah.
then I don't mind doing them personally.
Yeah.
So, but yeah,
this week's going to be Ice Bucket Challenge. Anyway,
yes,
on to the challenge. What's your buzz?
Dean's my buzz.
Your buzz noise.
Dean.
And yours is
Schmick.
Schmick. It's your buzz noise. Right. Okay. Here's number one.
Schmick.
Up.
Valley Parade. Bradford City.
Correct.
Fucking hell. It's a bit. Can we bring it a bit closer, please?
Wait, what the fuck is that?
Well,
Schmick. Is that Stad? No, it's not.
no, it's not.
I was just Stade de France, but it's not. It's like an Olympic stadium.
That is.
Pass it on to you, innit?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. Dean. What? I'm baffed.
We can come back to it.
Yeah, just come back
I
with
Come
it.
back. Yeah.
Any chance? What the?
What was that?
What on earth? Where does he find these?
I just wanna
By the
say-
way, these are Callum stadiums that he sent us.
Schmick.
Schmick.
The Marseille, but I don't know what the ground's called. But it's still me in it.
Oh, fair.
It's something Veldrome.
Bastard.
Correct. The
Stand-
orange velodrome.
Sad Veldrum.
Schmick. Johan Cruyff Arena.
It's a bit. Right. Okay.
Yep.
Dean Sheffield.
You need the name of the stadium.
Yeah, we do. Yeah. Hillsborough. Is it not?
No, it's not. Schmick. Fratton Park.
Oh, for fuck's sake! I keep thinking these are Callum's photos when he's not winning.
Is it Fratton Park?
I've been told it's Home Park.
Which is
Oh,
which
that's
club? Can
Plymouth.
you say the club?
Just as Home Park.
That's
Did
Plymouth.
Callum didn't say the club, did he?
Let's. Oh, mate, you're showing us all the stadiums.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I didn't see them.
Just
Anyway.
said Home Park.
It's fine. I didn't see it. Home Park. I don't even know what club that is.
Right.
I think that's Plymouth. You know,
Is it Plymouth? We didn't get it.
we didn't get it, so it's
I
just
never-
pass.
Right. Okay. Pass.
Dean.
Dean.
I think that's Benfica.
I know the stadium though. I know the actual name, so you got to get this right.
Estadio da Luz.
I'll give
You got it. You got it.
Correct.
Is it Benfica Stadium?
Yeah, it
Is
is.
it? See, bosh. 3-1, so at least I've got fucking one. Dean.
Schmick.
Dean's first.
Oh.
Dean's first. Is that
I know this one.
that's not the Bernabeu?
No, it's not.
It's not the Bernabeu.
I've
No,
got
that's
to take the first answer.
no, I said that's not the Bernabeu. I said that's not.
But you said Dean.
Yeah, but I said that's not the
You
Bernabeu.
can't. You have to pass to me. He's still looking at it. He's still looking at it. He's still Dean and still
No, but
guessing.
you can't-
Malaga
can't-
Stadium.
That's to me. That's to me.
How's that to you?
Because you're still looking at it.
Oh.
I already know it. Schmick. That's the Allianz Stadium.
Correct.
Fair. I said that's not the Bernabeu. That's not.
Yeah,
an
but you
answer.
still looking at
No,
it.
but you can't just.
You
show
can't just say
and
Dean and then just
you can't
say.
stop him from answering and then try and still think.
Carry on. I'm it's fine. Fuck's sake. Dean. Camp now. New camp.
No, it's not.
Was
I'm
that
not
Schmick?
like a stadium.
Schmick. Hamden Park.
Correct.
Oh, yeah, Hamden Park, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah.
Schmick.
Schmick.
Is that the Olympic Stadium in Rome? Stadio
No, it's
Olimpico.
No.
Ah, fuck.
Was that the Dean?
It's a French stadium, but
I know it. I know it now. If you don't get it, I know it.
But if I get it wrong, then does
it just gets past to me? Okay, you've got enough time to like get it out.
Stade de France.
Yep.
It was. I knew it as soon as I said it.
Stade de France. No, I knew it was France because I could see it. Dean, Buenos Aires Stadium, I think.
No, it's not. Schmick. It's the Maracanã.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck hell, that's awful. Sorry to any of the Argentinian fans.
And the final bonus one.
Been awful, yeah.
Schmick.
Nah,
that's the Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
Correct.
Which is?
Atlanta. No, Atlanta.
Okay, well, so Liam wins that challenge. That's great. Moving on.
So you're getting the ice bucket challenge. Thank fuck.
We will do I will do the ice bucket challenge at some point during next week, and I will record it as well. Okay. That was pointless. Regardless, what time is it? Right, it's time to end this video. Right, in a bit, guys. In a bit. Bye bye.
Like and subscribe.
Oh yeah, you've got to make a buzz now. Introduce your buzz now.